This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, all. Today we are going to discuss resonance circuits. Already in last class we discussed resonance. What is meant by resonance? And we review the last class. Coming to our communication side, resonance is very important in radio receiver circuits. Resonance is very important in radio receiver circuit. It receives only particular frequency and it will reject remaining all other station frequencies, right? And generally resonance phenomena occur in a circuit consists of a reactive elements like capacitor and inductor. Okay, already we know these two are energy storing elements, and already we discussed in last class what is the response of these two elements with respect to sinusoidal signal. What is the phase angle? Whereas in resistor, the phase angle between the applied voltage and resultant current is 0, and remaining two elements, the phase angle is one is leading, another one is lagging. Now today we discuss uh, bandwidth derivation in series resonance circuit. Right, coming to the frequency with respect to frequency point of view, as frequency increases, what is the reactance of capacitor? Similarly, as frequency increases, what is the reactance of inductor? Right? Here coming to the inductor, inductor XL is equal to omega L, where omega is equal to 2 pi f. That means f is directly proportional to XL. XL is equal to here, XL is equal to omega L. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. So as f increases, XL also increases. Remember this point. Similarly for capacitor, XL is equal to 1 by omega C. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. That means here it is a inversely proportional. As f increases, the reactance of capacitance decreases. Right? Whereas here XL in inductor, XL increases with respect to frequency, whereas in capacitor, XC decreases as frequency increases. Okay, remember this two element properties with respect to frequency. So these two are important, right? Once again here, with respect to inductor, as frequency increases, inductive reactance also increases, whereas in capacitive reactance decreases. And coming to the here, it is a series of the circuit. Coming to this circuit, this is a series resonance circuit. Here the applied voltage Vs and the frequency Fs. These three elements are connected in series: resistor, inductor, and capacitor. And resultant current is I. Okay, in last class already we know the simple operation, and also we know that at resonance, the two reactances are equal. That means the inductive reactance and capacitive reactance both are equal, and both are in opposite sign. So both reactances are get cancelled. Then the current, resultant current in the series resonance circuit mainly depends upon the resistor only. Mainly depends upon resistor only. Now at resonance, XL is equal to XC at resonance frequency, then XL is equal to omega L, XC is equal to 1 by omega C. Then simplify this one, then FR resonant frequency is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC. Already we derived the previous class resonant frequency, FR is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC. Okay, here in this circuit, here in this circuit, Fs can be changed. Fs is the frequency. Frequency of operation can be changed, right? At F is equal to F, Fs is equal to Fr. So signal frequency is equal to resonant frequency. Okay, resonance takes place in the circuit. Okay, then while designing to the series resonant circuit, suppose you want to know the resonant frequency. If you want to design the components like inductor, resistor, and capacitor, generally people prefer we can change either L or C, right? But in general, what happens is properly we choose the capacitor in reality. Generally, C is the variable, L is fixed. L is fixed, C is variable. Why? Because okay, the people prefer like that. The varying of capacitor is better than the varying of inductor, right? And also here the resonant frequency mainly depends upon the two reactive components only. It does not depends upon the resistor. Resonant frequency depends on only two reactive components only. It does not depends upon the rest. Also remember that one. And coming to the important points here, when XL is equal to XC, total reactance in the circuit becomes 0, and applied voltage and resultant current are in phase. Okay, all right. Now coming to the total impedance in the circuit, Z is equal to ZR, that is equal to resistant. For inductors, JXL, J omega L. For capacitor, ZC, that is equal to 1 by J omega C, that is equal to minus JX. R is a resistor. When XL is equal to XC, XL minus XC is equal to G. Right. Now the total reactance in the circuit, ZT is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. That is the total. So total impedance in the circuit is ZT is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. Now coming to the mod of impedance, that is equal to root of R square plus, okay, if you want to find the mod, there is a X plus JY is equal to, then mod of Z is equal to root of X square plus Y square. Okay, similarly here also root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. Then substitute here, omega is equal to 2 pi R. Okay. Then this graph is, okay, observe this one. Here x-axis is the frequency. Okay, y-axis is below the 0 XC, above the 0 X. Now observe here. This one is suppose there is a one line passed through the origin, straight line. Okay, that is the XL. Because as F increases, XL increases. Coming to second one here, X below 0 axis. As F increases, XC decreases. Okay? And F is equal to 0, that is equal to infinity. And when XL is equal to XC, okay, at that one, the equivalent impedance in the circuit is ZT, that is equal to R resistor. Now here this is some U-shaped curve. Okay, this is varies from infinity to infinity. Initially the total reactance or total impedance in the circuit ZT is equal to, it is only determined by the reactive elements. Okay, infinity to slowly it will reduce. When it reaches when frequency reaches the resonant frequency, the value is very minimum. the impedance, total impedance in the circuit is minimum. Now the current I is equal to V by R only. Right? Now again, when F greater than FR, again the total impedance in the circuit increases. Okay, this is the U-shaped curve. That means the impedance in the circuit is minimum only when F is equal to FR. Remaining all other cases, the impedance is maximum. Okay, remember this one. And here's another important point is, and F is equal to FR, total impedance is equal to R. Remaining all other times, it will increases. And when F is equal to 0, that is equal to infinity. Okay, now coming to the theta values. Okay, if XL greater than XC, theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. Okay, already we know the if x plus iy, then theta is equal to y by x. Similarly here, observe here, this is the expression for zt. Okay. Now if XL greater than x, theta is equal to tan inverse XL minus XC by R. Similarly, XC greater than XL, theta is equal to minus tan inverse XL minus XC by R minus tan inverse. When the both are equal, theta is equal to 0 degrees. Now coming to some special cases, if XL is equal to 0, XC is equal to infinity. Similarly, XL is equal to XC, theta is equal to 0. Okay. Now here, okay, this is the curve, almost something like a shape S curve. When F is equal to 0, here the frequency is equal to 0. That is equal to minus 90 degrees. Theta is equal to tan inverse minus infinity, that is equal to here the minus 90 degrees. And when F is equal to infinity, that is the maximum value, then theta is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. Now coming to the important part here, derivation. Bandwidth derivation of a series resonant circuit. Okay. Now observe here, the mainly concentrate on this curve here. Okay. This is the frequency response curve, not only for a resonant circuit, whether it is an amplifier circuit or some other circuit. Okay. The shape is like a curve shape, right? Okay. Mainly observe this one. X-axis is the frequency and y-axis is the current. Whether it is a current, voltage or power, right? Y-axis may be there may be voltage or it may be power or it may be current. Now here I consider the current. Now here, what is when the current is maximum? When F is equal to FR, when F is equal to resonant frequency, then the maximum current, that maximum current is equal to I maximum, right? From that I maximum, here this line, from that I maximum, down by 3 dB, okay, down by 3 decibels, or down by 0.707, or 1 by root 2 of its I maximum, 1 by root 2 of its I maximum. That is called that is denoted as P1, and another one is denoted as P2. And corresponding frequencies in x-axis is F1. Similarly, at P2 and corresponding frequencies F2. Then the bandwidth is defined as F2 minus F1, right? We are mainly concentrate on this figure. Here the graph is like a curved, it is a curved shape. This is the frequency response frequency response of a curve, right? Frequency response of a resonant circuit. Not only resonant circuit, frequency response of amplifier circuit. Right, here x-axis is the frequency and y-axis is the current. Now here, observe here, when f is equal to fr, when f is equal to fr, that is the maximum current. I maximum, that is equal to I is equal to V by R at that point. Now from that I maximum, down from 0.707 I maximum or 1 by root 2 of I maximum. Then indicate that point. At that point, the corresponding frequency is the F1. Similarly, at P2 also, reducing side, corresponding frequency that is called the F2. Now the bandwidth is defined as F2 minus F1. And here note down that at P1 as well as at P2, the current is same. The current is 1 by root 2 of its maximum value. The current is same. Remember this one. At P2 you can measure current, or at P1 you can measure current. The current is same. That is 1 by root 2 of its maximum value. What is maximum value? Maximum value is V by R. At this point, the maximum current is equal to V by R. That means V by root 2 R. Okay, at P1, what is the current? At P1 current is 1 by root 2. What is maximum? Maximum is applied voltage V by R. Similar at P2 also, what is maximum? 1 by root 2 of its maximum is V by R only. And now the bandwidth is defined as F2 minus F1. Now we have to derive the expressions to find the bandwidth. We have to find the F2 value, similarly F1 value, or P1 and P2 already. No? We have to find the F2 and F1. Right. Observe here. The total impedance in the circuit is equal to V by I. Okay, whether it is VR, Vs by I. From that I is equal to Vs by Z total. Already we know that Z total is equal to minimum when I is maximum. Z is equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. Now consider these 3 points. At F is equal to 0, XL is equal to 0, XL is equal to XC is equal to infinity. Okay, then Z total is equal to infinity only. Once again, at F is equal to 0, at F is equal to 0 means XL is equal to 2 pi FL, so that XL 0. XC is equal to 1 by 2 pi F, right? That's why XC is equal to infinity. So that the total impedance in the circuit is infinity only. And second case, at F is equal to FR, total impedance in the circuit is only R. And I is equal to finite. What is I is equal to? That is equal to V by R only. Now in third case, at F is equal to infinity, at F is equal to infinity, third case, XL is equal to infinity, XC is equal to 0. Again the impedance is equal to infinity and current is equal to 0. That means what it indicates, at F is equal to 0, current is 0. At F is equal to infinity also current is 0. At F is equal to FR only, current is equal to finite, that is equal to R, right? And okay. Now here there are different names for F1 and F2. F1 and F2 are also called cutoff frequencies or off power points or 3 dB points. And F1 is the lower cutoff frequency and F2 is the higher cutoff frequency. Okay, remember this, all other names for off power points are 3 dB points. Why it is called 3 dB means if you convert that value into dB, decibels, the difference between maximum to 1 by root of its maximum value is 3 dB difference, right? 3 dB difference. Okay. Then from that, we have to simplify this one. I is equal to I maximum by root 2, that is equal to 0.707 I maximum. Then I is equal to V by Z. Then Z is equal to root of R square plus omega L minus omega C whole square. But I maximum is equal to V by Z, that is equal to V by R only. Okay. Then these two are equal. This one, V by root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square is equal to V by root 2 into R. Okay. That is equal to current. I is equal to V by R. Okay. Then I maximum is equal to V by R. That is equal to 1 by root 2. So VV get cancelled. Then simplify. Okay. And finally, we get some two expressions. This is first expression. Omega L minus 1 by omega C is equal to plus R. And second one is omega L minus 1 by omega C is equal to minus R. Okay. At P1 F1 less than FR, F1 less than resonant frequency, the capacitive reactance dominates. Now this is the expression. And second holds for P1. This expression holds for P1. And similarly, first holds for P2. Okay. And again, third equation, omega 1 L minus 1 by omega 1 C is equal to minus R. From that, 1 by, it is a capacitive domination, 1 by omega 1 C minus omega 1 L is equal to plus R. Whereas in second, omega 2 that is referred to the F2. Whereas subscription here 1 refers to the F1, subscription 2 refers to the F2, right? Remember the third and fourth. Here in third, 1 by omega 1 C minus omega 1 L is equal to plus R. Similarly, at F2, omega 2 L minus 1 by omega 2 C is equal to plus R. Right. Now these two are same. Why? Because at okay, this is the graph. At F1, this amplitude is same. Similarly, at F2, this amplitude also same. Now here simplify this one. Equate these two. 1 by omega 1 C minus omega 1 L is equal to omega 2 L minus 1 by omega 2 into C. Then equate, then you will get some intermediate expression. Omega 1 into omega 2 is equal to 1 by S. Right? From that resonant frequency, we know that FR is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC. From that, omega R is equal to 1 by root LC. Omega R square is equal to 1 by LC. Omega R square is nothing but these two are equal. Resonant frequency 2 pi f R whole square is equal to 1 by LC. Omega 1 into omega 2 is equal to 1 by LC. Okay, then you get some intermediate expression. Omega 1 into omega 2 is equal to omega R whole square. And again another procedure, add 3 and 4. Then simplify. Then in between simplification, substitute omega 1, omega 2. Substitute this values omega 1, omega 2, that is equal to 1 by LC. Okay. Then finally you got omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to R by L. What is omega? Omega 2, 2 pi F2. Omega 1, 2 pi F1. Okay, we can take common 2 pi. Then 2 pi right side. Then remaining terms F2 minus F1 is equal to R by 2 pi F1. Okay, this is the bandwidth of the series resonant circuit. Okay, what it indicates, that means in series resonant circuit, the bandwidth directly proportional to the resistor value R and indirectly proportional to the inductor value. Okay, the bandwidth mainly depends upon the resistor and inductor only. The bandwidth mainly depends upon directly proportional to the resistor and indirectly proportional to the capacitor. Okay, and 2 pi is the constant. Okay, now coming to the quality factor of the series resonant circuit. Already we described in last class. What is meant by quality? Quality is a one type of parameter to measure the efficiency of the capacitor as well as inductor. Okay, how much these two are the energy storage elements, how much of energy able to store per cycle, right? Okay, here the quality factor is defined as 2 pi into maximum energy stored in a reactive element divided by energy dissipated per cycle. Okay, this measured with respect to per cycle. Already we discussed in previous also. Again here the quality factor for inductor is omega L by R. Omega means omega is 2 pi F, where F is the resonant frequency. Similarly, quality factor for capacitor. Quality factor for capacitor is 1 by omega R into CR. Okay. Then coming to the another important concept, magnification in a series resonating circuit. So one type of amplification, right? At resonant frequency, omega is equal to omega R. Total impedance in the circuit is R. I is equal to V by R. Now observe here. What is the magnitude in, what is the voltage across inductor? What is voltage across inductor? I is equal to impedance across the inductor. I into X. I into XL is equal to omega R into L. Then simply substitute here. VL is equal to, what is I value is equal to V by R. What is the maximum current? V by R. Then V by R. Then VL is equal to, what is omega L by R? Omega L by R is the quality factor in an inductor, QR. So from that QR is equal to VL by V. Okay, quality factor in terms of voltage. VL by applied voltage, or VL is equal to applied voltage V into quality factor in a inductor. Similarly for a capacitor, what is voltage across capacitor? Voltage across capacitor is equal to I into current into, what is the impedance? Impedance across a capacitive element. What is X? X is equal to 1 by omega RC. V by, then simplify, then VC is equal to, then quality factor into V, and from that quality factor is equal to VC by V. Okay. So this is the voltage magnification takes place in a series resonance circuit. So far we completed briefly the properties of elements with respect to frequency. Once again here, remember this one. In an inductor, as frequency decreases, XL also decreases. Whereas in a capacitor, as frequency increases, XL decreases. Remember these concepts. These concepts are important. And also we derived the series resonant circuit resonant frequency 1 by 2 pi root LC. Okay, here the important concept is when resonance, when the circuit operated at resonance, applied voltage and resultant current are in same phase. And second one is at that point XL is equal to XC. The impedances offered by the inductor is equal to impedances offered by the capacitor, so that the total reactance in the circuit becomes zero, right? And this graph x-axis is the frequency and different curves. One is XL. XL means directly proportional to F. As F increases, XL also increases. And the total impedance in the circuit is a curved shape. Okay, before less than resonant frequency, greater than resonant frequency, that is maximum. Only at resonant frequency only, the total impedance in the circuit is minimum, that is equivalent to R. Coming to the phase angles, F is equal to 0 or minimum or phase angle minus 90 degrees, and F is equal to F or phase angle 0. F is equal to infinite or maximum values, the phase angle is equal to 90 degrees. And the important derivation is bandwidth. Mainly concentrate on this graph. Here the graph is x-axis frequency and y-axis. Here the current is the parameter. This is also curved shape, increases maximum and again decreases. Now here there is a 2 points P1 and P2. These 2 points are called off power points. That means at this point the power, the observed power becomes half of the generated power or half of the applied input power. Now the bandwidth, what bandwidth says that it is the minimum guarantee during this frequencies. What is x-axis frequency units are H. During this entire bandwidth, at least receiver receives 50% of the power. Okay, so that these are called the half power points or 3 dB points. Okay, at which the current is 1 by root 2 of its I maximum. Now the simple derivation, I is equal to I maximum by root 2. Okay. Remember this one, omega 1L minus 1 by omega 1C is equal to minus R. 1 by omega 1C minus omega 1L is equal to R. That is equation 3. Similarly, greater than FR, omega 2L minus 1 by omega 2C is equal to plus R. Then these two are equal. Then simplify, we get some other intermediate expression, omega 1 omega 2 is equal to 1 by LC. That is equivalent to omega R whole square. Then add 3 and 4 equations. Then finally you will get a bandwidth is equal to F2 minus F1, that is equal to R by 2 by F1. That means bandwidth mainly depends upon the directly proportional to the resistor and indirectly proportional to the inductor. And coming to the quality factor, in inductor omega L by R, whereas in capacitor 1 by omega C into R. Then what is the voltage across resistor? Resistor I is equal to V by R. Then what about the voltage across capacitor as well as inductor? Here then voltage across inductor is equal to I into XL. Then that finally it will give V into resonant. And similarly capacitor also V into quality factor. VL is equal to V into quality factor. In capacitor also VC is equal to V into quality factor. Right? In next class we discuss parallel resonance. This is up to the series resonant circuit. In next class we discuss the parallel resonance circuit. Okay, thank you.